All right, so I get a lot of questions about pricing, which is understandable because when I started out, I still do that sometimes. I have to Google and figure stuff out myself. But pricing is pretty straightforward when you get certain things taken care of and in your business. So before you ask, how much does it cost to build a deck or do this, do that, there is one main thing you need to know, and it's right there. Hopefully this is not reversed, but if it is what it is. It's your cost of operation per day. That's what you need to know. Everything else is secondary, materials, everything like that. So your cost of operation per day is what you need to find out before you can price anything out, because all a day is made of is minutes, hours, and you only have so much time. Everybody has the same amount of time in the day. And if you want to, hire yourself out, you've got to charge accordingly. So let's get into it. All right, so pricing wise, guys, let's just go straight off into it. This job, foliage was a lot. I bid for one full dump trailer, and it actually took two. So, just keep that in mind. Materials are always more than you think they are, and debris is usually more than you think it is as well. And plus, people dump stuff into your trailers and your debris removal, tubs, whatever you want to call them. But keep that in mind. Now, this is the basement we just finished up not too long ago. I'll keep it brief, but I think the customer was into about $68,000 into this. Not all to me. There's a couple of things that weren't, subbed out to me. The flooring was not my work. And then obviously the molding was not my work. The base molding wasn't mine. The kitchen, the painting, the bathroom, the plumbing, it's all our work as far as I'm responsible for it. And the main issue with this one is I started the work without having the plumbing done first. So, and then also the sauna, I bid like $980 to build the sauna, and we had to disassemble it a couple times because of delays, stuff like that. So I still made money, but not my rate that I wanted to make, actually, just per se. So it is what it is. So, and transition for painting wise, I do hard transitions, wainscoting, all that kind of stuff. It's a little extra. My painting is about $1.55 a square foot, plus materials and prep and all that kind of stuff. But that's what I charge per square foot. That's not including ceilings, but and then also base molding. But if you want me to roll everything, couple coats with some primer, that's what I charge. And you guys got to think, you got to get, to lighting, you've got to get prepping. There's a lot of prep work and painting, and to make it look perfect, not perfect, but you can't get it perfect, but make it look a quality product. And the same thing here, cleaning up there's a lot of work with cleaning up, making sure everything's good, and just getting that final product. Access to certain areas and houses can be this is why you charge so much money per square foot, because nobody wants to get up there and do the work itself. So, and stairs, make sure you don't get any paint on that carpet. And again, hard transitions, that's, that you have to look at that when you're quoting painting projects. And the color of paint, like the red, absolutely, it's going to be a little more because it's going to show, and you're going to get those hard transitions. You want to keep that in mind. And this was a Edward Jones office, I believe. Bathrooms, they range, but usually labor for a bathroom is no less. Even a very sparse bathroom is no less than $6,000 because of what work's involved. Oh, another transition. There it is again. Anyways, tile, depending on the tile, and decking is the same. This deck obviously was pretty expensive, and I will never do a deck without having a signed print copy of the actual design for the deck, because this was so many change orders, so many changes. It really hindered the progress of the job itself and my profit margin for sure. But it turned out great, and customers love it. So, and it is a very well built deck, I will say that for sure. And TimberTech makes quality product. What can I say? LVL beams, they're pretty profitable. Nobody really wants to, for some reason, doesn't want to replace them and get those posts out of there. But at the same time, you can do it. Just build your support walls, make sure everything's supported correctly, and get it done. Make sure you consult an engineer if you need to for spans and columns. And same thing with this deck, spans and columns. All right, this ramp, I'll say it was about $22,000 for 70 linear square foot wheelchair ramp. Materials were pretty high. This was late in December or November or so in last year. And obviously you can see we have a bunch of spindles supporting the handrail, and we had cedar top plate. That's pretty much what made it You know, we had 2x8s to supporting the ramp going all the way down. The crown molding, everybody has their own prices for crown molding, you know, $3 to $5 a linear foot, depending on the cuts, all that kind of stuff, plus prime painting, all that good stuff. And then again, you know, bathrooms, this bathroom, I think we only did labor. Customer supplied all the materials, which was a mistake. You should try to supply the materials yourself just so you don't have to worry about mistakes on their part. So, but it turned out great. We got everything done. And again, I think my labor for this was between $5,000 and $9,000, something like that, if I can remember correctly. There's a lot of work, you know, tiling. We didn't do the tub. We set the tub, you know, valve, replace the valves, all that kind of stuff. So, and I think it was like about 45 square foot bathroom, something like that. So, a new vanity, obviously. And those cubbies, they turned out pretty good. And we didn't do any ceiling work, but we did have to paint it. Foundation work, this is tricky, depending on what you need, is excavation. My employee, AJ, excavated this entire area right here, so that was helpful. I didn't have to rent a small mini excavator or anything like that. But again, there's a lot of man hours. And again, unknown costs. This was a half wall that turned in, or this was a regular wall that turned into a half wall. Always change orders too, with electrical ran in through it. You got to be careful. Again, unknown conditions are the responsibility of the homeowner. This was a $900 post removal job that turned into about, I think, a $12,000 job for rebuilding their carport. So that's pretty much what it is. And actually, I think I have to go back and do some touch-ups and collect the final payment on this job because we did run into the winter and we had to postpone it. So anyways, that's how the cookie crumbles, as they say. Just we have to get into the job and see exactly what needed. And the post in the center, the black one, that's the one we need to replace. But we had to tear the entire carport pretty much apart to support everything correctly. Gutters had to come off and everything. So this is another unknown issue. It was unpermitted gas and electrical line. So we had to get around that as well. And this is, again, more rot. My bay windows range from $600 to they can go up to thousands of dollars depending on the work related and work needed to get everything done. But we got it taken care of, and again, it's pretty much straight cut forward. We got the bay windows knocked out. Price wise, take it easy, guys. That's pretty much what I have as far as my pricing for small to medium jobs, and you're gonna have to figure out your day rate and go from there, because if it's a full day, you can't double your day rate, maybe triple your day rate, and that's your price, period, plus materials. That's what I'd recommend. Like and subscribe, guys. I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate it.